say hi. I know they're going to be really tiny. They're certainly not what I ordered, but and that was fast. Hi, so here we are outside on my walk. And before I left, I purchased a labyrinth, a little wooden 8 by 11 inch, or maybe it's 11 inch by 11 inch labyrinth to finger walk. And I'm going to use it to intentionally be mindful. And as I'm out doing my walk, I realize I have a specific set of places I walk every single day, and that is my labyrinth in actual physical form. And so I'm going to set an intention. And it's going to be about being mindful in the space I'm in. Okay. Talk later. Another day sitting on my bench at Squirrel Park. I really want to do a little bit of vlogging here because of the branches without the leaves on them. It's just such a nice setting. I noticed that yesterday when I was looking at the playback. Anyway, I got a lot of seedlings into their individual pots. Got people walking around here right now. And so I brought them in for the evening, and I'm going to put them under lights tomorrow morning, first thing, and I'll check and see if any new seedlings have sprouted. I also made a privacy screen, and I've got 2 more to make. Anyway, I better get going if I don't want to miss the window before sun sets. But I wanted to say hi. And off we go on my walk. And I'll be speeding it up and slowing it down as I take steps over things. But this is what my walk looks like. I'm walking on pavement for most of the time, except for when I stop at the picnic bench around where all the squirrels run. And I do have a little patch of a hill that I walk around and get a little bit of grounding happening there. But for the most part, it's pavement. And I just get out and I make sure I get my fresh air, and I see a few people that are walking at the same time that I do. So, there's a little bit of a nod and a smile that happens. But for the most part, I'm able to get lost in my thoughts or to listen to a podcast. Today I was listening to an audiobook, but I took the earplug out and instead I'm being more mindful. I've been thinking a lot about what I'm going to be doing up on the roof because things are starting to happen up there. I'm able to go up and unzip the greenhouses because I don't want them to get too hot. The fig trees are budding. The cherry tree's starting to bud. A few plants are starting to poke up. The bulbs are starting to come up out of the soil. And a few days ago, I sowed a few seeds. And they've started to pop up. And so yesterday I took the ones that had started growing and put them into individual pots so that I can put them under the growing lights and really nurture them and water them and hopefully end up with some edibles I can enjoy over the summer. I have a funny feeling I'm going to have way too many of the golden sunset tomatoes because I got really heavy-handed with the last tomato package. Well, I'm almost home. I better find my keys. Every day at this point, I'm about a third of the way through my walk. I'm in the squirrel park and I'm just sitting at the picnic table, picking up my phone to say hi. And here we are again. I'm on my 3rd day of walking and the sun has come out. It's been raining all day. I thought it was going to be colder than it is. I've got my big heavy winter coat on and I actually don't need it. But I've got it on, and so I'm going to be hot when I get finished my walk, but that's okay. Yeah, let's go for a walk. Well, what have we here? Not quite sure what's in here. I took the plastic off so that I could hopefully be able to get into the box, but it's proving to be quite difficult, so I'm just going to kind of let it go and open up the bubble wrap. And what is this? Oh my God, no. You have no idea. This is supposed to hold 100-pound outdoor pots, garden pots. The ear is off it. There's 2 more inside the little box. Oh my goodness. I'm floored. Here's the little ear. Oh dear. Okay. I can't believe I was so duped. I'm sure I remember seeing photographs of huge outdoor pots with trees in them. They are kind of cute though, right? What can I say? I'm on my way to the squirrel park. Off we go. And we're here. Here we are again. I'm just taking a rest and then I'm going to finish my walk. It's warm and sunny and I've seen some squirrels already. Up to my left, there's one. He's hopping around. He doesn't see me yet, but then he does, and he gets curious. Comes towards me, hops up on his 2 hind legs, watches for a minute, and then decides, nope, and goes and hides behind the tree. And then I see him up eating something on one of the branches a second later. That was fast. So then I come over to take a look and he doesn't want to show me. So I go around the other side and he's quite fine. I film him munching away and I just love watching them. I'm so tempted to bring them food, but I just don't. And time to finish my walk. I'll leave them to it. It's a nice, relaxing, mindful, quiet walk before I go home and have my cup of tea. It's a beautiful day. I'm about to go around the corner to the alleyway where I'm able to walk backwards. It develops a whole different set of muscles in your legs. And there's usually nobody back here, so I can do it without feeling too self-conscious. And it spices my walk up a little. It is sunny, but windy. This box was at my door when I opened it, so I brought it with me. We're about to continue another unboxing. The frogs came. Let's get to it. I've pretty well resigned myself to not asking for a refund. I know they're going to be really tiny. They're certainly not what I ordered, but I am going to accept it with as much grace as I can. I have an idea that I will set up a little side table beside my hammock and I'll create a little place of honor for them. I'll more than likely pot up some pansies and have them on my tea table. Okay, I did get out for a bit of a walk, but before I talk about that, I'm going to talk a little bit about the new journaling that I'm doing. I've decided to take up the bullet journaling again. I did it a long time ago. Originally, the planning kind of journaling booklet that I used was called The Time Design from Sweden, and it was a really amazing setup where there were project lists. It really, really worked well for me back in the day, but it then was sold, I think, to an American company. It became more difficult, more expensive to get my hands on. And then I decided to try different methods, Filofax. I went through that. And then I don't know, I went through quite a number of different planners, and none of them are doing what I need them to do. There's a to-do part and a ta-da part. Like, ta-da, I got it done. That just has not been working for me. So I decided to take another look at the bullet journal, because I remember all of the collections that I used to be able to hand write out and have at my fingertips that were just so useful. And one of the other things I'm doing, I want to get back into writing. It's been something that I have not been doing, and it's a really important project for me as a life endeavor thing to do. And I just have been putting it off. I've been procrastinating. And so I am going to take steps towards doing something more tangible with it. And so I've pulled out my learning journal, and I'm going to hand write it. And I've got some books that I'm going to be taking a look at. So Ready, Set, Novel is one that I'm looking at. As well, then there's crafting novels and short stories. And it goes through characters and talks about emotion-driven characters depicting convincing relationships, the heroic couple, choosing your character profession, your villain, etc. And outlining and crafting scenes and layering your story outline. I've already got my stories plotted. It feels like it's just a matter of reading quickly through to see if there's anything I can add to this. And then, of course, there's Margaret Atwood's book, Negotiating with the Dead, that I have been wanting to read for a while. So I'm going to pull that out and read it. And I'll be taking notes and journaling and starting to write. So this is big, and I really do want to take a step into it and embrace it and really do something with it. So it was me letting you know that. Okay, so yes, I went for a walk, and I was going to mail a parcel and pick up something out of the mail that came. It's another journal that I can use for the writing. And so I sent something off to my brother. He's on his way back home from sailing in the Bahamas. Okay, this is the end of a week of walking and doing things, and I hope you enjoyed it.